So, with that, I'm going to say right now, if you are thinking about quantum and all things related to the next generation of compute, away from classical now to quantum, Microsoft's actually announced that they've got a quantum development kit. So if you can imagine, I don't know if Satya Nadella will do this, but maybe he does a developers dance around all things quantum. But this looks like it's going to be an open source set of tools that are going to allow for anyone that's currently using kind of like the integrated development environment experience of Microsoft today, VS Code, using GitHub Copilot, to truly come in and harness and make use of all things related to development in the quantum realm of computing. So this is going to be about a workflow story. I think it's more than just saying like we have, hardware. I think this is more of enabling that developer audience to participate in what is arguably a fairly recent development in alternatives to the classical computing we would have talked about earlier with GPUs or CPUs. So I think this also means that if we look at the near-term impact, there's probably going to be some amount of hardware that's available for quantum, but much like the initial scarcity of all things related to GPUs, when everything became, it's beyond machine learning, we're moving to AI, and suddenly you had supply constraints or supply chain constraints. I think there will probably be a modicum of hardware available, but getting developers easier, more fast, ready access to the ability to touch that hardware is very interesting. So if you go back and look at the original D-Wave and some of the other Rigetti stories around there, they'd launch with a completely amazing website and kind of get people into it. Tom, what's your perspective on like kind of crossing over from the scarcity of hardware into now let's enable developers to maybe create even more scarcity around it?
There comes a point in every technology lifecycle where the early ideas about what it's capable of doing are sky is the limit. There's no, there's no idea what this could happen to do as we move along. And then usually around the Series A funding round, some investor steps in and goes, yeah, but how are we going to sell it? And the problem becomes those pie in the sky ideas have to have a return on investment. Otherwise, you're not going to get a Series B round. Quantum computing has been around for 30 plus years, even in the cultural zeitgeist as we know it. I reference sneakers. All you got to do is go back and watch that. That's a quantum computer. The problem is that programming on those things is not traditionally straightforward. You have to have a different kind of methodology for thinking about how it's going to work. Well, normally, if I'm going to learn how to program on something, like when I learned how to program C, I had a C compiler that I installed on my computer, and I went in there and I messed around in a C compiler and I wrote code, and if it compiled, great, and if it didn't, I had to figure out what's going on with it. And that was on my 486. I can't do that on a quantum computer because those things are expensive per hour of runtime. What I need is a development environment that will kind of desk check my code and make sure that what I write is runnable on those systems. And that's what Microsoft is offering to do. And they have taken a page out of the NVIDIA playbook. Because if you remember, years and years and years ago, NVIDIA was like, oh, well, if you want to do things on our graphics accelerators that are not texture mapping, we have this language called CUDA. And if you want to learn how to write CUDA, and we have these software models that will allow you to build programs, they'll run on GPUs. Fast forward to today. Almost everybody's writing their stuff in CUDA because that's the kind of become the standard for how to write on GPUs. So if Microsoft can open source these tools so that everybody has access to them, and they are training people how to write their code to run on quantum computers, then in a few years, when quantum computing is cheap enough to be more dispersed throughout the industry, people are going to write the way that Microsoft taught them to do it. In a way, it's kind of the freemium model, right? We're going to give this away because we know it'll get more business down the road. I hope that, this is a noble goal, but we'll see if people latch on to using VS Code and GitHub Copilot to do all these things, or if they kind of reject it in favor of some other approach as soon as they have more ready access to the hardware.